What's up, guys? Gonna do this review on this new pistol I picked up. I did an unboxing on it a couple days ago, and I didn't think I'd be able to do a review on it as soon as I am, but I figured I'd just go ahead and knock it out. This is that Caracal that I talked about the other day. This is a new gun to the market. A lot of people probably don't even know what this is or have never heard of the brand, but it's a new pistol out of the United Arab Emirates. This model here is a Caracal F, which stands for the full-size version of it. They also make it in a C. This gun is a 9mm, and it comes with two 18-round magazines, metal, which I always prefer over polymer, so I think that's a bonus of the pistol. Caracal was out at SHOT Show 2012, and they were really pushing this new pistol, and it's been through a lot of stringent tests as far as NATO, and I know I think German defense forces or police forces or something put this thing through a really stringent test too. It was like one of the only pistols to ever pass. Why I bought the gun is I wanted something different, and I heard that Caracal was having some issues right now as far as finding suppliers and importers of this pistol, so I wanted to get one of the ones that were already in the country. So I jumped on it. I got it off Gunbroker for about $480 with shipping. So they're not ridiculously expensive pistols. I would put them in the Glock market. They look a lot like a Glock, maybe a Springfield or Ruger SR9 market too. I'm going to talk about what I like about it, and then I'm going to talk about what I don't like about this pistol. The trigger on this pistol is, for a striker fired pistol, it blows a Glock away, out of the box standard Glock. Obviously Glock has a lot more aftermarket accessories, but I'll get into that later. But this trigger is just dynamite. I would put it up there with the Walther PPQ. It is very light, it's very crisp, and the reset on it is just beautiful. Got no complaints about the trigger. I've had this pistol for I think 4 days now, and I've already put 600 rounds through it, and it's ate everything: hollow points, full metal jackets, all different loads and grains, and it's been very, very reliable. I've had no issues with failure to lock back the slide on an empty magazine. The magazines have all fed great. It's just been a great pistol. The slide has like in the video probably can't see it real well. It's got like this shiny, they call it I think a Plazox finish, and it's kind of a neat finish. It would be really slippery, I think, like if it was really humid out and your hands were sweating, which could be a negative point of this pistol. And it only has the serrations on the back, not on the front. The sights on this pistol are a little different. I've heard it referred to as a straight 8 system, where you got to put the front sight on top of the rear sight and kind of make a little 8. Believe it or not, it was very easy to adapt to, and it worked really well when shooting a lot of rounds really fast. Double taps, just 3 or 4 shot groups. It was very easy to keep this gun on target, and I honestly think these sights are better out of the box than like a Glock. I mean, I've always hated stock Glock sights. It looks like you're trying to kick a field goal to me. I've never really understood why they've stuck with that. But that being said, once again, Glock has a lot more aftermarket sights that you could probably, change it out any way you want to. This pistol, as of right now, I don't know if it has anything. As far as the front sight, I'm sure you could probably put pretty much any front sight you wanted on there for a night sight. And honestly, that's what I do with my pistols anyways. I don't ever change out the rear sights, really. I just put a night sight on the front, because when I'm in a low light condition, I just want to worry about trying to keep one little dot on the target. I want to worry about lining everything up on top of it. That just works for me. Gun comes with a Ambidextrous magazine release, which is a nice feature if you're a lefty. Has a standard little rail, which I'm sure will take anybody's lights and lasers if they're into that. Really like the look of the rounded trigger guard. Reminds me a little bit of an FN57. And the slide catch, or slide release as I call it, is a little beefier than the Glock, but about the same. If you have really weak fingers or arthritis or something like that, you might not care for it too much. You might have to use the old, pull the slide and release. But I'm a big slide release guy, so I like using the actual buttons. It's part of the reason why I like the HK so much, is because they have the big beefy slide releases on them all the time. So once again, very accurate, very reliable. How you take this gun apart is not too unlike a Glock. You obviously remove the magazine, you pull the trigger, and then you just kind of pull the slide to the rear, and you'll see two little buttons here. You pull those down, and the slide goes forward. Pretty simple. I actually think it's a little bit faster than a Glock because you can get your fingers on the release buttons a little bit easier. And then after that, it's just pretty standard barrel, spring, plastic guide rod. I hate that shit, but what are you gonna do? And just your basic slide. Put this back together real quick. Shouldn't be too hard. Oh, real quick before I put it back together, something else a difference between this and the Glock. On the Glock, when you'll notice that the slide point or the slide, I can't think of what it was called, but they have four little points here that you run your slide that hold the gun into place. On this, it's pretty much full length. It pretty much goes to full length of the gun. It makes for a much tighter fit, a lot less play between the slide and the frame, I've noticed, and I think it's a really neat feature that Glock probably should have been doing a lot of years ago. Just makes for a much tighter fit, and I think it really helps as far as muzzle flip and keeping the gun on target. What I don't like about this gun, I'm just going to try to make this as quick a video as possible. I could probably talk about this thing for about 20 minutes, but I'm going to try to keep it under 10. That Plazox finish, like I said, if you were to get real hot and sweaty, it could be a little bit of an issue as far as, if you're trying to rack the slide or whatever. I think you could see a little slippage. And this finish scratches terribly bad. I've had this pistol for 4 days, and I had a couple shell casings that were bouncing off like a beam next to me as I was firing it, and they came back and hit the pistol, and they're already leaving huge scratches in the pistol. So if you are one of the people that likes to baby your guns and have this fine looking pistol, this might not be the one for you. It's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to try to beat the hell out of this thing, and after about 10, 12, 15,000 rounds, I'll probably just send it in to have the slide refinished, and probably in like a chrome or something like that. So altogether, I like this gun. It's different. That's what I wanted. It's a little bit exotic. For the price point, you can't go wrong. Like I said, issues with this gun. Right now, I can't even get more magazines for it. I don't even know how about going to get more magazines. So time will tell, if this gun will compete with Glock and Springfield and Ruger and, be a new name in the market, or if it'll just fade and die away. Either way, I don't care. This is a great gun. I got it for a good price. And, it may be worth a shitload of money someday if there ain't a whole lot of them in the United States. So I think it's a good gun if you're looking for something different and you're just sick of the old crap. I'm having a hard time finding polymer guns I want anymore. And I'll be the first one to admit I'm a gun snob when it comes to like polymer pistols. I own like 8 HKs and FN Tacticals and stuff like that. I don't buy Glocks. I have a Glock right here. So all you guys Glock guys out there, it's Glock 20, 10mm, and I love this gun. But you buy one Glock and you got them all. I mean, they all look the damn same. They don't really bring anything else to the table. So I wanted something a little bit different, and this pistol definitely fit the bill. And if you want to go out and you want to try it, try to rent one at a range, I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Everybody that owns them seems to really like them, and I can't say as I blame them. So leave your posts and your comments. Let me know what you think, and I'll be willing to answer any questions if you guys have about this gun, and hopefully someday you can get your hands on one. So see you later.